Here we have a SAT math problem. Okay, let's go to the question. Yellow Cab of Charleston charges $5 for the first 2 miles and 50 cents for each additional 1/5 of a mile. If Peter paid Yellow Cab $25 for this trip, how many miles did he travel for the trip? Okay, here we have the total cost for a trip, that is $25, and we have to find how many miles Peter traveled. Okay, here we have a fixed charge $5 for the first 2 miles. Apart from that, we have cost 50 cents for each additional 1/5 of a mile. Okay, from this information, we have to find the cost for each additional mile. That is for one additional mile. Okay, for that, let me write the stuff over here. That is for 1/5 of an additional mile. Let me write over here 1/5 of a mile. We have the cost, that is 50 cents. Okay, my aim is to find the cost for each additional mile. So for that, I have to make this 1/5 as just 1. For that, I have to multiply this one by 5 so that it will become just 1. Okay, when I multiply this stuff by 5, I have to multiply this one also by 5. Let me multiply this one by 5. So 5 times 1 over 5 is just 1. That is 1 mile over here. And here 5 times 50 is 250 cents. Let me write the stuff over here. Since we have the fixed charge in dollars and the total cost in dollars, so we have to convert this cents also to dollars. For that, we have to divide this 250 by 100. Then I'm getting $2.50. So that is for each additional mile, the cost is $2.50. Okay, our aim is to find the number of miles Peter traveled in his trip for the total cost $25. Okay, now let me draw a line segment over here which represents a total distance of the trip, and let me assume x as the length of this line segment, that is x miles is the distance of the trip. And in this line segment, let me take 3 points, point A and point B at last point C. Okay, let's assume the line segment AB over here represents the first 2 miles. Let me write the stuff over here. And what is the length of this line segment BC? For that, we have to subtract this 2 from the total length x. Then we get x negative 2 miles. So the distance of BC is x negative 2 miles. Here, for the first 2 miles, we have the fixed charge of $5. Let me write over here. And we have x negative 2 additional miles. And for each additional mile, the cost is $2.50. And what is the cost for x negative 2 additional miles? For that, we have to multiply the cost of 1 mile by the number of miles x negative 2. Then we get 2.5 times x negative 2. So this is the total cost for the trip. And we have the total cost for the trip, that is $25. So it must be equal to 25. Now we have to solve for x in this equation, that is 5 positive. Let's distribute this 2.5 to this x and negative 2. Then I'm getting 2.5x or negative 5 equals to 25. Okay, here this negative 5 positive 5 will become 0. We get 2.5x equals to 25. Let me divide both sides of this equation by 2.5. When I do so, this 2.5 will cancel out. I'm getting x on the left side. When I divide 25 by 2.5, I'm getting 10. So actually x represents the total distance of the trip. So that is 10 miles. We find this 10 in answer choice C. The correct answer choice for this question is C.